Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Santos for America. I'm your host, Brandon Santos. And I hate to say it, I hate to do it, but I told you so. America is now involved in a conflict with Iran. We underwent an operation, 2 days ago now, where we bombed the shit out of Iran. And I told you so. I called it, didn't I, in the last video? And yeah, a lot to talk about, crazy stuff, and I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, we bombed them. And then Trump uploaded a video shortly after talking about the operation. And I think the craziest part was in that video he made, he was talking about how some United States there might be some casualties, some United States casualties, but it's like, yeah, that's bad, but that's not even like, there's like so, or excuse me, there's like so much more at stake. It's like, not only are innocent people gonna die, but it can get even worse. It can get worse. We li- did we like I never voted for him, but didn't he get elected on the bill that he wouldn't involve the United States in more wars and more conflicts? We're back in the Middle East. Now, there's no boots on the ground yet, but we're already spending millions of dollars helping Israel bomb Iran. And then not to mention, Iran has retaliated. They've bombed, I believe, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. They they've bombed military bases around the Middle East and allied countries in the Middle East. They bombed Israel, Tel Aviv. So it's like not only are innocent people like first of all, I'm pretty sure I saw a report somewhere that said that a school in Iran got bombed and that like 40 children died. So it's not even just American lives that we're gonna lose. Like innocent people are gonna die. A lot of innocent people, and I'm so conflicted because for one, do I agree with the Iranian regime? No, I think what they're doing is awful. You can see it now. There's a lot of Iranians in Iran and in America that are happy that this is happening. But I think it's a lose-lose. I'm conflicted because once again, I don't support the Iranian regime. I don't think that they should have nuclear weapons. But at the same time, it's like, what were they really gonna do with them? Were they gonna threaten the United States with nukes? I don't really think so. If anything, I think we're just escalating the situation even more. And do I think this is gonna lead to like World War III or something crazy like that? No, not really. Iran has, retaliated, but its retaliation efforts have been nothing to be too afraid of. Still though, I do think innocent people will die. Will it be at a super large scale? I don't think so. Um, I think we kind of beat Iran. I don't see Iran really coming back with much, and I don't see like China or Russia or anybody really coming in for support. But I just think it's so unnecessary. And the only reason we're doing this is because of Israel. Like the only reason we're involved in this conflict at all is because of Israel. And if we go back to October 7th, I need to lay something out. The only reason why this is even happening is because of Israel. It's because we're in Israel's pocket. We're in bed with Israel and we're fighting all of their wars. Let's get crazy. Let's talk conspiracy theories. I'm fully convinced at this point that 9/11 was an inside job. I'm fully convinced. Either it was an inside job or we knew about it beforehand and we let it happen. It's sort of equivalent to the reports that say that we let Japan bomb Hawaii. We let them bomb Pearl Harbor. We knew beforehand that they were going to come and bomb us, but we just wanted an excuse to enter World War II. It's sort of on that same level, Roosevelt just wanted an excuse to enter World War II, so he let Japan bomb Pearl Harbor. I think what happened in New York in 2001, September 11th, might have been either an inside job or we just let it happen. We knew that it was going to happen beforehand, but we just wanted an excuse to enter the Middle East, an excuse to go fight Israel's war. You know what I mean? And then we also then justified it by saying that they had weapons of mass destruction when they never did. I mean, why were we in Iraq? Why? Why were we in Afghanistan? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But I think it all goes back to Israel. I really do. And I disagree heavily with what the country of Israel is doing. You know what I mean? I disagree with what they're doing in Palestine. Um, I just don't think we should be involved with them at all. And a lot of people will argue that Israel is one of our main allies in the Middle East, and that's just not true. I mean, we're allied with Saudi Arabia, we're allied with Qatar. We have a lot of other allies, a lot of other important allies in the Middle East besides Israel. And the fact that we constantly send them billions of dollars, we constantly send them technology, weapons. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely insane. We went to war with them in the Middle East over, what is it, 20 years ago now. And now we're doing it again. We're doing it again. And October 7th, in my opinion, I think, if you look at Israel, it's a fortress. It's genuinely a fortress. It's so hard. I mean, they have the Iron Dome, they have Mossad, they have crazy intelligence. Yet somehow I'm supposed to believe that October 7th was a surprise attack, that they didn't know about it. I'm fully convinced that they knew October 7th was going to happen, but they wanted an excuse. They wanted an excuse to then retaliate with tenfold against the Palestinians. Now, do I agree with what Hamas did? No, I don't agree with Hamas. I'm also very much so against Hamas. I think terrorist organizations aren't the way to go about it. You know what I mean? You can understand why Hamas is a thing. You know, they want to defend themselves against Israel, but at the same time, I don't agree with kidnapping innocent people who are civilians who aren't involved. You know, I don't agree with that. Just like how I don't agree with Israel bombing and killing innocent lives in Palestine. But I'm fully convinced that they knew that that was going to happen, but they just wanted an excuse to ethnically cleanse Palestine, which is what they're doing now. And that would also then lead them to bomb Iran down the line because they knew that Iran is going to support its proxies and like Hamas and all these other proxies that they have around the Middle East. So it was all just going to lead to them bombing Iran because I don't know if, I mean, the Zionists, they believe in a greater Israel. You know what I mean? If they take it back to the Bible, right? They take it back biblically, saying that they're the descendants of Abraham, that this land was promised to them. So they believe they're entitled to, I don't know if it's all the way from Egypt to, I forgot where, but they feel as though they're entitled to that area. They want to control the Middle East. And it seems as though they're getting what they want. They're ethnically cleansing Palestine. I don't see the Palestinians surviving that. I mean, when you have the United States and Israel against you, it's just there's not much you can do. And now they're going after Iran, and they killed. Reports say that the Ayatollah, the supreme leader of Iran, is dead. So this conflict, this war that the United States is undertaking is for regime change. They want regime change. And why do they want regime change? Because Israel wants to control the Middle East. And once you have regime change, once you have a weaker Iran, Israel can do whatever they want. And that's why I'm so conflicted because do I agree with the Iranian regime? No, I do not agree with the Iranian regime. I think they've done terrible things. They've also killed innocent people. They've they've had terrible control over their civilians and their populations. Um, at times, I think they're Islamic extremists, you know, but I also don't agree with the Zionist extremists. You know, we started this conflict. We bombed them, and honestly, if you look at it logically, if anything, Iran is gonna think that they have a right to defend themselves, which is why they were building these weapons. But I don't agree. But at the same time, I also don't think that they should have nukes. You know, because they are Iran is also they're not our allies, you know, they're not friends of ours, so it's tough to trust people like that with bombs. But at the same time, Iran was sort of a check to Israel. They kind of, you know what I mean, both of them kind of balanced each other out. Now that Iran is being toppled, there's going to be nobody to balance out Israel. because Israel is also allied with the rest of our allies, like Saudi Arabia and all these other places. So what's going to stop Israel from achieving this greater Israel? Now, Rome wasn't built in a day, so this isn't going to, be an overnight thing, but 10 years down the line, what is the Middle East going to look like, How many people are going to have to die, Americans and innocent, Palestinians, Iranians, even innocent Israelis? How many are going to have to die so that Israel can achieve this goal of theirs? Because let's be honest, it's what they want. They're not going to say it outright, but they want this greater Israel. And America is doing anything to support them. Why? I don't know. We could even connect this with that. With Epstein and blackmail and the fact that somehow, for some reason, our politicians are so devoted to Israel. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry, we're back. We're back. I got a call, but yeah, it's a lot of questions as to why our politicians and our president is so devout on defending Israel. Like, name me another country where we're this hell bent on doing everything for them. Literally everything. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think things are changing. Hopefully things are changing. Now, what I do hate also is just the brain dead sort of, anti-Semitism that there is, because a lot of people are gonna blame just all Jewish people. Anybody who's Jewish, they're gonna blame, but it's not all Jewish people. It really isn't. In fact, I feel like a lot of Jewish people would disagree with what's happening right now. Like I said, it's always just the extremists, the Zionist extremists, the Islamic extremists, and then you got people like Trump who in a way are also extremists, right? So it's you can't generalize and just blame all people because that's what they want. They want you to look like an idiot and blame everybody when it's not everybody's fault. Yeah, it's just crazy stuff, crazy stuff. I think Israel they need to chill the fuck out and we need to stop helping them so much. We really do. Yeah, we'll see how things pan out later down the line. Yeah, I'm just still stuck on the fact that they think that the Middle East is promised to them, that they're the descendants of Abraham. Now, I would have to push back on that a little bit because how do you know that you're the descendants of Abraham? Now they're going to say all the Jews are the descendants of Abraham. But in that case, wouldn't the Palestinians, the people that have been living there since forever, wouldn't they also be considered descendants of Abraham? Even though, I mean, I guess maybe they're not Jewish religiously, but they're from there. I mean, that's their land, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And I'll say this, and then people will say that's anti-Semitic to say that they don't deserve that. I believe in a peaceful Middle East. I believe in Israel and Palestine. I think both should exist, coexist. I think they both deserve to exist. I think the Palestinians and the Israelis, the Jewish people, the Muslims, the Christians, they should all, I mean, it should be a place where people can go, and it's a historical place. Um, it's the birth of my religion, a lot of people's religion. It's the Holy Land for a reason, and I think people are corrupting it, and it's sad. So, I don't know. I don't know. And I'll say this too. It's like people will say that's anti-Semitic to say that like I don't know that I don't think Israel should be as ethnically cleansing Palestine, but I mean, if we look at like anti-Semitism, it's to say that you're against Semites. A lot of the Israelis, a lot of the people that live in Israel aren't even Semites. They're European. They moved to Israel, and they're not even from there, which is why I'm saying the Palestinians, if anything, have been there longer. So I don't know. You know what I mean? To be a Semite, that means to speak, I believe, Aramaic languages, Arabic languages. So I don't know. A lot of the people that live in Israel aren't even from there. They moved there from Europe. Bibi Netanyahu isn't from there. His parents are from like Poland. I'm pretty sure he was born in Poland. He wasn't even born there. So I don't know. Just food for thought. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And I think this also goes back to what I said in the last video, which is why in the midterms we vote Democrat. We're definitely not voting Republican because the Republican Party is infested with MAGA. MAGA isn't the move anymore. MAGA is what got us into this situation. Another conflict, another war. We can't do that anymore. So, midterms, we vote Democrat. If you're voting at all, vote Democrat. Get this corrupt institution out. And sure, you'll say the Democrats are also equally corrupt, and sure, fine. But I don't see them getting us involved in another war like them. You got to drain the swamp. We got to show that we got to show this institution, this presidency, that we're not standing for this shit anymore. And hopefully down the line we can get somebody who actually lives up to American values, doesn't get us involved in other unnecessary conflicts. So, that's just me. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I don't know. Just vote Democrat in the midterms. Get this and get them out. Get them out. Show them that we're not standing for this anymore. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I think I touched on everything. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.